Good morning. Wow, it's good to see you. Oh, I'm so excited for today. I hope you are too. We should always be excited for whenever God is about to work. So I believe God is about to work this morning. God is already working in a mighty way this morning. So I am grateful. Welcome back, Dr. Kim. And so welcome back to your kind of town. Yeah, so we are glad to have you back. We are so blessed. Now we have Dr. Kito here, and Dr. Kim is here. So that's such a blessing that we have, right, to have such elders in our community. All right, so my sermon this morning is titled, Weeping or Cheering? They're all the same thing. All right, weeping or cheering. But before I go into my sermon, I just wanted to share with you about this recognition that we received. It's called Recognition of Excellence. All right. So it's a recognition of excellence for our engagement of young professionals. So percentage-wise, we are the fastest growing community in engaging the young professionals. This is from our international headquarters in Korea. So thank you. So it's an international recognition. So congratulations, and everyone. Thank you. So isn't it good to set a standard at the international level? It's very good, right, to set a standard at the international level. So congratulations. Let's keep showing up. My prayer now is that we set a new standard. On heavenly parents and true parents' hearts is to save the world, right? So my prayer is that we set a new standard for the most lives changed. Life change means people who come to know true parents and become one with them. So that's my prayer, that we can now set that kind of standard. It will take all of us, okay? All right, so weeping or cheering. So we went to Japan, and so I was part of the Higher Grounds pilgrimage, and we had a short stop in Japan, and then we went to Korea. And my sermon is kind of an inspiration from the Japan portion, and so. The heart was really to encourage our brothers and sisters in Japan and the leadership there. So you can see that's Reverend Dunkley, and who is our continental director, regional director, and Reverend Hori is the national leader of our movement in Japan. And so I felt that embrace was kind of symbolic of America embracing Japan. Right, so we went there to comfort them. The situation is actually quite difficult in Japan for our brothers and sisters. I don't know how much we realize it. Can you imagine if we no longer had access to our church and no longer had access to our bank account? So everything suddenly was lost, right? So it's quite difficult in that sense, but they're doing their best to move forward. But we went there to support them, encourage them, and so I was quite moved by the spirit of the youth there. They are catching on fire. So maybe you have heard about the Nabi group. These are second generation members. So if you are here for the first time, second generation means children who were born from parents who joined our movement, and so they're doing street preaching. Any kind of preaching is not easy, right? Preaching itself is not easy, but street preaching is even more difficult, right? So if you have done it before, you know. But these second generations are going out and speaking out, testifying of heavenly parents, true parents, and their faith. They are testifying. So I was so moved by their testimony. And at the same time, there is a rising group of second generation who are speaking out online, sharing their stories, sharing their testimony. I was especially moved by this sister. Sadako-san, what's her name again? Kiaki? Yeah, Kiaki. Wow, she's powerful. I watched her speak and I felt I want to work with her. I felt maybe, I can work for her, she can work for me, we can work together or something. And regardless, I want her on my team. And, she has the spirit. She has the spirit. And I was so excited to just watch her and listen to her share our story. But she's leading a group of second generation, inspiring them to speak out, share their stories online. And it's amazing and great. Our movement is being beaten up here and there, Korea, Japan, and we're receiving so much persecution. And, but amidst the persecution, they're gathering the courage to speak up, to share their story and say, this is a true faith in God and true parents. So I was amazed. And then we had a rally. Well, this is kind of weird. Is it me or? All right, so we had a rally at the Shibuya crossing, and it's one of the busiest places in the world. Right, so we had a rally there. We prayed, we sang, and we cried, and it was amazing. It was amazing experience we had there. So many of the Japanese members came out. Also, they weren't invited. America was just going to do a rally there, join the Nabi group. But many of the Japanese members came, and so we had a rally, quite a rally, almost like a revival service we had there at the Shibuya crossing. And and I was so moved by this. We 5 Christian pastors came with us, 5 Christian bishops. They came with us to show their support. These are five pastors who have committed to become, to make their churches associate churches to Family Federation. And so, yeah. So they came and they were so excited, and yeah, so we look at that. We prayed, we sang, we cried, and we cheered, and it was great, right? And as the rally was kind of ending, we kind of broke out. We just started engaging everybody who was passing by. We were giving out flyers. As you can see, there is Reverend Dunkley engaging, and some of our young people, just meeting people and telling them about the Family Federation. Have you heard about the Family Federation? To me, it was so interesting to see the Christian pastors witnessing for Family Federation. And, they were testifying and saying, wow, have you heard of Family Federation? This is a good movement, So they were testifying with us. And at the same time, some of them just caught the Spirit. They started laying hands on people, or, they started praying over people. It was amazing. It felt like a revival service we were having there. So I was so moved. So these were the 5 Christian pastors who came with us. So great revival. I really felt out, all our members should have this kind of experiences. It revived my spirit. It revived my faith. So anyways, then in reflection, and this is where my sermon comes from, one of the Christian pastors shared that the picture that he saw at the rally, because there was kind of a large group of young people standing in front, singing, cheering, and then there were a lot of the members actually standing, facing the front, and they were weeping and they were crying. And this Christian minister shared that seeing that, the image brought to him is the story in the Bible of the rebuilding of the temple. You know, Solomon built the first temple, all right? He built the first temple after the return to the promised lands from Egypt. Solomon built the first temple for God, Heavenly Parent. And after some time, that temple was destroyed because Israel had lost its way. So the temple was destroyed and the people were taken out in captivity. So they were scattered. All the tribes of Israel were scattered everywhere. I think after 40 years, Dr. Kito, right? It lasted 40 years. They returned. They returned, and the process of rebuilding the temple started. Now, the story as written in the Bible is that when the foundation was laid, when the foundation for the second temple was laid, the people gathered, the chosen people, the Israelites, they gathered together. And so here's what is written in the Bible. And all the people gave a great shout of praise to the Lord, because the foundation of the house of the Lord was laid. But many of the older priests and Levites and family heads who had seen the former temple wept aloud when they saw the foundation of this temple being laid, while many others shouted for joy. No one could distinguish the sounds of the shouts of joy from the sounds of weeping, because the people made so much noise and the sounds was heard far away. And also this bishop said the image he had watching the crowds, on one side there were a group of people cheering and shouting, and on the other side there was another group of people that was weeping. He brought to him this verse, and he felt the group that were cheering were much younger. They were much younger and hopeful. And the group that was crying was lamenting and sorrowful, right? That was kind of what he saw in that experience. More tears of joy, right? I think it was tears of comfort also, seeing that we came, right? All right, but anyways, I'm building my sermon on this. Yes, okay? So stay with me. Now, there is always two crowds. There is always two crowds. There is a weeping crowd and the cheering crowd. So which crowd are we? Oh, which crowd are you? Which crowd do you want to be a part of? The weeping crowds or the cheering crowds? Well, you're not even cheering. Right? If you want to be a part of the cheering crowd, then you are cheering, right? So you're not cheering yet. Well, I hope by the end of my sermon, you are cheering. But this is not a matter of age. It's not young versus old. Right? It's not a matter of age. Actually, in my experience, a lot of young people are quite old. But I have seen so many young old folks. There's so many young old folks because they are cheering. And so yesterday, Dr. Kim semi-retired, He said 90% is retired. All right, then there is 10%. And in him, he said, well, I have to do something. And that's the 10%. And, he wants to do something. That's his 10%. He said, I want to keep cheering. And, so when I heard that, I felt he's quite young. Although he's retiring after over 50 years of investment, he said, I still need to do something. I can't just retire and be at home. That kind of spirit is a young spirit to me. And, so there are some young people who are quite old. But then there are some older folks who are really young because they want to keep going. They want to keep cheering. Mother is advanced in age, but she's quite young. The testimony of those who attend her is that mother is running and they're just trying to keep up. Although mother is twice or three times their age, it's hard for them to keep up with mother. She's quite young. Her age is advanced, but her spirit is young. Mother is always cheering. Mother is hopeful. She has that kind of spirit. Even from the detention center, she's going to the detention center. She would be worried, It's like, oh, I'm advanced in age and it's going to be difficult. But mother is not even worried about any of that. She say, don't worry about me. Move forward. She say, just move forward. That heaven will should still be done, even if I'm in detention. And so some of the stories is that mother is always carrying herself with so much dignity. And even she's in so much pain, but she's carrying herself with so much dignity. So maybe the lawyers wish she would be weak. But mother is not showing any sort of weakness because she knows she's a part of the cheering crowd. Mother is not in the weeping crowd. She's in the cheering crowd. Wow. All right. Karen is attempting to cheer. We'll get there. But it's not a matter of age. It's a matter of attitude and perspective. It's a matter of attitude and perspective. It's a matter. The dividing line is that one group sees only challenges. One group sees why this is difficult, why it would not happen. But the other group seeks opportunities in challenges. Actually, opportunities do not show themselves as opportunities. Opportunities show themselves as challenges, disguised as challenges. Now, it takes our perspective to see the opportunities in the challenges. I believe the Heavenly Parent is part of the cheering crowd. Even the story of Jesus in the Bible, it always moves my heart that Jesus came as the only begotten Son, and He came to invest, He came to bring us back into the family of God, our Heavenly Parents. But He was betrayed, He was misunderstood, and then He was crucified. And when Satan thought, wow, I've killed Him, that's it, He's done. And then 3 days later, Jesus resurrected. And the all new providence unfolded from there. It's amazing, right? But God is not a weeping God. God can find the opportunities in the challenges. That, wow, Jesus is killed spiritually. I'm going to raise Him spiritually and begin a spiritual revival. Then suddenly, these people who came to believe in the resurrected Jesus, they were in Rome. And then with time, Rome fell on its knees. Then suddenly Christianity became a worldwide religion. Because God is part of the cheering crowd. God is not part of the weeping crowd who sits there and cry about things being difficult. God finds the opportunities in the challenges. Well, it's the dividing line is again those who are set in their ways is against those who are curious and open to see what can happen here. What more? The cheering crowd is praying and asking God, what's more? What else is possible here? The weeping crowds throw their hands in the air and say, oh, we are done. That's it. The cheering crowds is curious and open and say, Heavenly Parent, show me what else. Show me what else. What else can I do? Where else can I go? What are the possibilities here? That is the cheering crowd. But then it's It's between those who are looking back and crying over the past, as the Bible says, those who were weeping are those who had seen the old temple. Those who had seen the old temple were weeping. Sometimes people, one of the challenges of being a young pastor is that you are young. And many people would come to you and say, you haven't seen anything. And sometimes I feel, well, thank God I haven't seen anything. I am grateful I haven't seen anything because I have tremendous possibilities. I operate with tremendous possibilities. Sometimes when we have seen too much, it becomes a burden. It becomes a burden. That's why Paul writes in the Bible, he says, leaving what is of the past behind and pressing forward. Pressing forward. True parents are people who press forward. Always pressing forward. So it's between those who are looking back and weeping over the past. Talking about the good old days, how good it used to be. But how good was it anyways? Nothing that we have experienced thus far has been that good anyways. Because nothing has been ideal. Nothing has been the kingdom of heaven up to this point. So why look back and really lament over what is behind? So God's promise is that the kingdom of heaven would be established. And our true mother is constantly reminding us, she's saying, in God, the beginning and the end are absolutely one. But the beginning? The beginning is that God created and said, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. And then he made Adam and Eve and look at them and say, this is very good. That is the beginning. So it's not over until it is very good. It has to be very good. No, God was not even satisfied with good. Right? When he made Adam, he felt, well, this is good. And then he said, this is good is not enough. Then he made Eve, and he felt, this is very good. So I see Richard sitting next to Honomi today, and I feel in my heart that this is very good. This is very good. They just received the blessing. They're a blessed couple now. Wow. Shinya. It's good. But we got to get to the point where it's very good. Got to get to the point where it's very good. That's the end. That's God's. That's the perspective with which true parents operate. In that, in the end, everything is very good. So mothers say, hey, with God, the beginning and the end are absolutely one. And so nothing up to this point has been very good. So we are pressing forward to the time where everything is very good. So in the past it was good. We did a lot of good things in the past, but they were just good. God is not calling us to good. God is calling us to very good. So we are pressing forward to very good. Mother is leading us to very good. So if you have experienced pain, I just want to tell you that, well, that is not the end goal for what God has in store for you. What God has in store for each one of us is very good. And a true mother, our Holy Mother Anne, lives with that kind of hope. She say, I wake up every morning and I pray saying that I am waking up to a happy day today. Right? This is a spirit. I'm waking up to a happy day. Can you imagine if you wake up in the morning and in your spirit you already feel it that I'm waking up to a happy day? A lot of what we experience has to do with our attitude and our perspective. Mother's perspective is that I'm waking up to a happy day. today is going to be a happy day. Wow, then she said, I pray about what I will do for whom, and then I set forth and do it. It's amazing how true parents live that kind of life. So brothers and sisters, are we a crowd that is looking backwards or a crowd that is looking forward with excitement? Forward, right? There is a few people. Wow, I wish I wish I had an entire church of people who are looking forward with excitement and about what God is about to do here in Chicago. I believe it in my heart that God is not done with Chicago yet. Right? He better not be. But that makes me excited. Even when things are challenging, that gets me going. God keeps me going. It just gets me excited every day, knowing that God is not done with this church. That God is reserving a surprise for me ahead of the road. I live with that kind of spirit. That God is keeping a surprise for this church ahead of the road. So we just need to look forward. Wow, who wants to be surprised by God? Wow, I want to be surprised by God. I want to see this surprise that God has in store for me. So let's move forward with that kind of spirit. So Heavenly Parents is always looking forward with excitement. Heavenly Parent is excited about you. Heavenly Parent is excited about your couple, your marriage, your family, this church. Heavenly Parent is excited about this nation of America. True parents are excited about America. Our challenge is that we must meet and match Heavenly Parents' excitement. Wow, if you are as excited about you as Heavenly Parent is excited about you, wow, what kind of life would you live? If you're excited about your marriage, just as Heavenly Parent is excited about it, especially for you blessed central couples, those who have been born of the blessing of true parents, Heavenly Parent is so excited about you. If you were just as excited about you as Heavenly Parent was excited about you, what kind of marriage would you build? About your family? About if we were all excited about this church in the same way that God was excited about it? What kind of church would it be? Wow, I can't even imagine it. I can't even imagine it. And I just felt in my heart that I need to include this point. And I was sharing with the pastoral team in our last meetings. I say, one of the challenges that I see is that our faith is so self-centered. A faith that is self-centered, it's really hard for God to work through it. The question that most of us ask is, what's in it for me? What's in it for me, right? It's like if let's say there is a program going on at the church, I think what most people are asking is, what's in it for me? Right, there is a workshop this afternoon. I think everybody's wondering what's in it for me. Right? Or is it for guests or is it for members? Right? There is this kind of questions that always come up. But I want to tell you, I was telling the pastoral team that it doesn't matter. A faith that is just asking what's in it for me is not a faith that God can work through. Our faith should be what's in it for God. Then if there is something for God in there, then I want to show up. Well, even if a program is planned for guests, how about I'm going to go there and support them? Even if a program is planned for young adults, most of our young adults here are young families. As a young family myself, I can tell you, I would appreciate any kind of child care that I can receive. What if it's like, I would go or tell everybody that I will take care of the kids while they attend the program. Then when we You know, when we see things beyond what is it innate for me, God begins to work in a mighty way. We feel stuck because that's the question that we are asking. What's in it for me? But if we begin to seek it to find how God is going to work in every moment, our faith becomes so much exciting. Then God can work. We must become one with heaven's excitement. We must find heaven's excitement and become one with it. Let's become excited people. You know, sometimes I was looking, we went to Japan and Korea, and we had these five bishops, and all you needed was one on the piano and one on the microphone, and they would change the spirit of the room. That's all you needed. You didn't need 2 or 3 of them, just one of them. I really feel that our faith community should tap into that kind of Christian spirit. And His Mother is asking us, move forward in spirit and in truth. I think we have the truth. I think most of us understand the truth to whatever extent we understand it. But the spirit, I feel, is lacking. And I feel the Christian's faith can offer that spirit to us. Wow, these guys, like just one person would lead the worship, and the entire room was moved. Right, Reverend Takami? Only needed one person with a microphone and move the spirit. Why? Because these guys are excited about the hope of Jesus' return. But look at us. We are living in the era of true parents. We have seen true parents. Basically, we are living the hope of Christianity. Mothers say this is the time of the fulfillment of the hope of the past. So we are living it. We are the first fruits of the Spirit. Well, how excited should we be? Well, the Christian faith is excited about hope, but we are excited. We are living in the substance. How excited should we be? It's like hope and substance. You're like, I want substance. I want substance, but how excited should we be? 3 times, 10 times, we should be excited. So let's be excited that true parents are here. Let's be excited that our true mother, the only begotten daughter, Holy Mother Anne, is here with us. And she's still leading us here on earth. Oh, that's exciting. We should be excited about that. So let us find it. So I'm going to end very quickly, but I want to share some words from you. This is words from our true Father. Now our time has come. The time that God has been longing for has come. The one time for which so many people, so many saints and sages sheds their blood has now arrived in front of our eyes. This is our time. This is our time. I feel it is like a fish, like a big fish now circling our hook, eyeing the bait that looks and smells so good. I am ready to yank up the rods as soon as the fish strikes. Wow. Are you ready? This is our time. This is our time. Are you ready? It's amazing. Father lived with this kind of spirit, always believing that this is our time. This is our time. God was going to work at every time Father believed. Then here's Mother's word. Now you are in a new era, wearing new clothes and receiving indescribable cosmic power from our heavenly parents. No one has been able to experience anything comparable. No one has been able to experience anything comparable. You are experiencing this for the first time. The experience with true parents has never been experienced any time before. You, us gathered here, are experiencing it for the first time. So what do you do? Oh, Mother said. So What should you do? Now there is no path other than to move forward actively. You have to step up to meet the goal. Do you understand? You will do that, won't you? All right, that's fine. The Bible says where two or three are gathered. I have a little bit more than 3 here. All right, that's fine. All right, so I believe in you and I love you very, very much. Please be strong. Then she goes on to say, now you have nothing to fear. What are you afraid of? Mother is constantly asking us. Now you have nothing to fear. You are not alone. The Spirit Word is working through you in a comprehensive way. Heavenly Parent is working through you. Our true Father in Spirit Word is working through you. Jesus is working through you. The absolute good Spirit are working at this time, supporting us. So we can do anything. We can do anything that we want. So Mother say, you should be grateful for these busy but happy times when you can actually feel this happening. And accordingly, take action, take action. Otherwise, you and your descendants will be a part of the weeping crowd. Mother doesn't want you and your descendant to be a part of the weeping crowd. She wants you and your descendant to be a part of the cheering crowd. So let us take action. Let us take action so that we can be the cheering crowds, and our children, their children, our descendants can be the cheering crowd. So there are two crowds. There is the weeping crowds, and then there is the cheering crowd. Chicago Family Church, what crowd do we want to be? All right, let us cheer now. If you really believe, let us cheer. Let us cheer. Let us be the cheering crowd. So what does the cheering crowds do? The cheering crowd shows up. You can cheer cheer if you don't show up. Let's show up and cheer. Let's show up where God is working and cheer. And be a part of this incredible work that is taking place at this time. So my invitation is that you take some time to reflect. Reflect on today's message. Reflect on what determination you can make based on today's message. What action? Mother is saying, take action. The cheering crowds is a crowd that takes action. So take one action this week. Where can you show up with a cheering spirit this week? This is my message today. Please join me in prayer. Dearest Heavenly Parent, victorious true parent of heaven, earth, and humankind, thank you. Thank you so much for this day. Thank you for your love, your guidance, your care. Heavenly parents, you are revealing to us that we are the first fruits of the Spirit. Those who can experience the blessing of being in the presence of the true parent. Saints and sages throughout history have longed for this day. I've longed to be a part of the unfolding of your providence when the true parents ain't come. We are living at that time. We truly want to be excited about what you have to do, what you are going to do, Heavenly Parent. We want to be a part of your great works, Heavenly Parent. Work through us, work through this church, work through all the blessed central families in this community. Allow that we may become a community that is moving forward in spirit and truth as our true mother, Holy Mother Anne, is asking us to. Allow that we may become such a people in whom you can find deep pride, Heavenly Parent. If there is anything holding us back, if there is anything on our hearts making us weep for the past, Heavenly Parent, please lift it up. Lift it up, Heavenly Parent, so that your sons and daughters may be free to move forward, to be excited about your great works, to be excited about what we are yet to see, Heavenly Parent. All the infinite possibilities that you have have ahead of us, Heavenly Parent. We want to be such a people. We want to be such a community, Heavenly Parent. We want to keep up with our true mother, but we even want to run ahead of her and say, Mother, don't worry, we got this. Help us become such a people. Receive our offering here today. Receive this service, Heavenly Parent. I offer all these things up to you. In my name, Hebangja, bless Central family, gratefully attending Holy Mother Anne. Aju. Thank you.
Aju, let's give it up for Pastor Hebangja.
Thank you.